Hello children, we have already discussed what is civil war. Fight between two groups within a country is called a civil war. Now, what was the root cause behind the civil war that took place in Sri Lanka between Sinhala majority and Tamil minority? Perhaps the answer lies in the concept of majoritarianism. So, what is majoritarianism? Let me tell you a small story. There were 40 students. 35 of them were non-vegetarian, perhaps, which means they perhaps liked chicken, mutton, prawn or fish, and the rest 5 students were vegetarian. Perhaps they fancied or they preferred or they desired paneer or mushroom. And as you know, picnic is not about wonderful places. It is also about having great food. And 35 students, as you can see, they're the majority. They're the maximum numbers who were non-veg. So they decided. So one of them decided that let's go to the market, and from the money they've collected, let us buy chicken. And somehow they could not take into consideration the needs of the 5 vegetarian students because they were very small in number. So you can imagine during eating, the 5 students must have felt a bit disappointed, but it was all right. They adjusted. Now my question is, if the same class decides, but the 35 students, they had a great time, as you can see, because they had a chicken curry. Now the question is, if for the second time picnic will be proposed, do you think those 5 veg students would accompany them? Well, it depends on what the other 35 students are thinking, or what is their belief. If they believe that because of our strength in numbers, that we are numerically superior, that means the non-veg are maximum. If they believe that we are majority community, so you can see that the 35 students of non-veg, we can say here they are the majority here, and the 5 students of veg, they are the minority. So if they believe, the majority community believe, that we will do whatever we want, whatever we desire, whatever we wish, without caring, without being sensitive, without recognizing their needs, then what shall be the situation? Perhaps that 5 students won't join them. So this is what majoritarianism is about. In a government or in a country, it is a belief that the majority community should be able to rule in whichever way it wants without caring for the minority community. Sankhya Garishta गोटे देशर 2टा संप्रदाय मध्यरु जो संप्रदाय संख्या गरिष्ठ अच्छी सी ता मन मुताबक देश को शासन करिबो कौन न करिकी आमर अल्पसंख्यकंकर आवश्यक को आखिरे बा दृष्टि रे न रखी से समय आम कही था मेजोरिटेरियनिज्म पॉलिसी बा मेजोरिटेरियनिज्म प्रिंसिपल फॉलो होच. Now let me tell you another story, or the reason behind the celebration of International Mother Language Day on February 21. We know India got divided into 2 parts, India and Pakistan. The Pakistan that you see today had 2 parts, one to the west of the India called as West Pakistan, and to the one to the east of the India called as East Pakistan. Now East Pakistan, and let me tell you another thing about this East Pakistan's mother tongue was Bengali. Now let me discuss a little bit of the background of Bengal. Today that you know as West Bengal, and Bangladesh was once upon a time was a united geography, there was no distinction and no division. It was a single piece or a single entity, and it was called as Bengal. You must have known about the Battle of Plassey, in which Sirajuddaula was defeated by Robert Clive because of the treachery of Mir Jafar, and as a result, because of the defeat of Battle of Plassey, and Britishers were victorious. British established their rule over India, and from Bengal, the rule gradually spread it to the other parts of the India. So you see, Bengal at that point of time was a single entity, or you can say single geographical land, a single area. And subsequently, this Bengal, the roots of communalism, Sampradayatara Manji bhi Britishers mane eithi kheleithile. Britishers, we know the policy of divide and rule. This Bengal was unique because their common mother tongue was Bengali, and yet they were divided into two religions, Hindu and Muslims. So part of the West Bengal that you see, part of the West Bengal, yes, they were the majority here. They were Hindu in religion, and the other half was Muslim in religion. So Lord Curzon, in the year 1911, I think the date is correct, decided to do Bongo Bhongo, partition of Bengal, but it was not successful. You'll read later about that. But right now my topic is the concept of majoritarianism. So as you can see, during the partition, because majority of the Muslims were lived in West Bangladesh, or the East Bengal. Presently it is known as the Bangladesh. So during partition in the year 1947, Pakistan had two parts. One was in west of India, called as West Pakistan, and one to the east of India, called as East Pakistan. Now, Pakistan's national religion was Islam, and in West Pakistan, the national language was Urdu. But in East Pakistan, the people, though they were Muslim, but their mother tongue was not Urdu, but in fact, rather it was Bengali. So they pressurized, as Western Pakistan was numerically superior, that means semane besi thile, adhika sankhyak thile, they forced the East Pakistan, that is present day Bangladesh, to accept or to speak in Urdu language, and they did not recognize their Bengali language. So just imagine, how are you going to react if someone is not allowing you to speak in Odia? तुम मानू जदि तुम मातृभाषा रे किए कथा कहवाकू दबनी, किए कहबा तुम मैंने कथा हे पारिबनी, how will be your reaction? तुम्हारा प्रतिक्रिया केमती कौन हबो? So as a result, they protested. The East Bengal people, they protested, and they got freedom from West Pakistan in the year 1971, December 16, and Bangladesh became a new country. And the very reason for this fight was the majoritarian principle of Western Pakistan, which forced Urdu to be the national language instead of recognizing Bengali to Bengali language. So they forced. Now let us see the situation in India. In India, we do not have any single language as official language. Apart from Hindi, we can use 21 official language. 21 languages are regarded as official languages. Now, let me give you another example. In Mahabharat, what was the very reason for the Mahabharat War? 100 Kauravas were numerically superior. Semana adhika sankhyak thile, 100 brothers. They decided that they are not going to share their kingdom with the Pandavas, who were only 5 in number. And Yudhishthira, the eldest brother of Pandavas, did not like war, because in war it brings because war kills so many of individuals or so many of soldiers, and as you know, every soldier has a brother, has a mother, has a sister, because when a soldier dies, a mother lost his son, a wife gets widowed, sons and daughters become orphan. So Yudhishthira wished that no, we will not cause war, will not create war, and so he wished to compromise and asked only 5 villages to Duryodhan, the eldest brother of the Kauravas. But Duryodhan said that I'm not going to share with you the land equivalent to the space occupied by the tip of the needle. Chunchi munna और छुंचीर अगरे भी जेतिकी स्पेस अच्छी बा जमी अच्छी बा जगह अच्छी सेतिकी भी मु देबिनी विदाउट ए वार. And as a result, the war of Mahabharat took place, in which the entire Bharatavarsha was involved, and it resulted in a lot of killings and lot of sorrows. So coming back, so now you've understood the concept of the majoritarianism. Majoritarianism is a belief. It is a belief in which the majority community thinks to rule the country in whichever way it wants, without caring for the needs of the minority, without being responsive for their needs, without being sensitive to their needs, without regarding, just to have a blind eye on their needs, and just only it just recognizes the needs of the majority people. Now let us see what happened in Sri Lanka. In the year 1948, Sri Lanka became independent, and in the year 1956, yes, right now I wish to tell you the composition of this Sri Lanka. In Sri Lanka, 74% belonged to Sinhala speaking. They were of Sinhala speaking, they spoke Sinhala. So that means they were the majority, and 18% they spoke Tamil. That means they were the minority. So in Sri Lanka, the population is divided in two groups: the majority Sinhala speaking and the minority Tamil speaking. So you have to identify who is the majority and who is the minority in Sri Lanka. The majority is the Sinhala speaking, and the minority is the Tamil speaking. So in the year 1956, the Sinhala government established 3 majoritarian measures. That means they took 3 measures which only cared or only respected the needs of the Sinhala people, and which did not care the needs of the Tamil minority. So what were the 3 steps? Step number 1, Sinhala was made the official language. Tamil, without caring, and Tamil was not made the official language. Step number 2, reservation in educational institutions and jobs were only given to Sinhala people. Step 3, Buddhism, the religion of Sinhala people, was given more importance than the religion of Tamils. So what do you think the reaction of Tamils would be? Their language was not made the official language. That means their language was not given importance. No jobs, no reservation in jobs and educational institutions for them, and their religion was not at all given any importance. So these 3 majoritarian measures taken by the Sri Lankan government in the year 1956, that is Sinhala, the making of Sinhala as the official language, reservation of seats in employment and education institutes for Sinhala people, and finally the more importance to the religion of Sinhala, that is Buddhism. All these 3 measures alienated or made disappointed the Tamil people, and they decided that if their language, if their religion, and if no importance for them in educational and religious institutions should be given to them, then why they should remain in that country? So they demanded a separate country. As a result, civil war followed. So at this end of this discussion, I think you must be right now you must be clear about these two concepts. I'm going to reiterate or say it again. The two concepts, that is majoritarianism and three majoritarian measures that was taken by the Sinhala government. Now this is important in terms of examination point of view. So you have to know the definition of majoritarianism and also be able to tell the three majoritarian measures that was taken by Sinhala government which disappointed the Tamil people. And yes, you will find the notes in the description link of this video. So let me say it again, or let us revise again. Majoritarianism, the belief that majority community should be able to rule the country in whichever way it wants without caring for the minority. Let me repeat with me again. The belief that the majority community should be able to rule in whichever way it wants without caring for the minority. And what are the three steps taken by Sinhala government to promote majoritarianism? Step 1. Sinhala was made the official language in 1956. Reservation for Sinhala in educational institutions and also in employment. Buddhism, the religion of Sinhala, was given more importance. I repeat, Sinhala was made the official language in 1956. Reservation for Sinhala in educational institutions and in employment. Third, the religion of Sinhala, that is Buddhism, was given more importance. That is all. Thank you very much.